The plasma rifle clattered across the training deck, and Charlotte Brown, human, janitor, absolutely not supposed to be in this situation, couldn't stop laughing. Did you just... Korvax, decorated combat officer of the Galactic Defense Force, stared at his empty hands. 4 of them, all empty. That weapon weighs 47 human pounds. Charlotte wiped tears from her eyes, still giggling. Yeah, and you were holding it wrong. Here. She kicked the rifle back toward him, still chuckling. Safety's on, by the way. You're welcome. The emergency klaxons started screaming. Station Commander Zillax burst through the training deck doors 7 seconds later. 3 security officers behind him, weapons charged. He scanned the room, 23 alien cadets frozen against the walls, 1 human janitor leaning on her mop, 1 training officer standing motionless in the center of the deck. According to YouTube analytics, 99.6% of viewers are not subscribed. That's a huge number. By subscribing the channel that is completely free, you'll help support the channel and never miss fresh content. Status report, Zillax's translator crackled with urgency. I think I failed the exercise, Charlotte offered, genuinely confused. Korvax finally moved, his mandibles clicking in the specific pattern that meant existential confusion. She disarmed me. The human cleaning staff disarmed you, Zillax repeated slowly. In 1.2 seconds, Korvax added, I checked my tactical chronometer. The training deck went absolutely silent except for the still wailing alarms. Charlotte raised her hand like she was in grade school. Can someone turn that off? It's really loud. Zillax's 3 eyes cycled through colors that indicated severe cognitive distress. You disarmed Korvax, the officer who survived the Vegan front, the instructor who wrote the manual on close quarters combat. Was I not supposed to? Charlotte's smile faded. He was pointing that thing at my face and yelling about discipline demonstrations. I thought it was like a scenario thing, like those workplace safety videos. That weapon, Vexia, the medical officer, entered the deck with a scanner active, has a verified kill count of 2,347 enemy combatants. It requires 4-handed grip strength of 800 pounds minimum to properly wield. It has 17 safety interlocks specifically designed to prevent disarmament. Charlotte blinked. Okay, but he was literally telegraphing his stance. His back left hand was doing that weird thing where... Look, has anyone here played dodgeball? It's the same principle. Show me the security footage. Korvax's voice had gone very quiet. Now. The holographic replay materialized above the deck. 23 cadets and 3 officers watched Charlotte, human, 5'6", wearing a maintenance uniform and carrying cleaning supplies, move through Korvax's attack pattern. The pattern that had won him the Galactic Combat Cross, the pattern that was taught to special forces across 9 systems. She slipped past his first strike position while adjusting her ponytail, ducked under his second while, checking her datapad, twisted away from his third while literally mid-yawn. Then her hand moved, faster than the facility's military-grade sensors could properly track, and the rifle just wasn't in Korvax's hands anymore. Pause there, Zillax whispered. Enhance. The hologram froze on Charlotte's face. She was grinning, actually grinning while disarming a lethal combat instructor. She's laughing, Vexia's scanner beeped frantically. During a lethal threat scenario, her heart rate is 68 beats per minute. That's resting level for humans. Well, yeah, Charlotte said. My students were way scarier than this. Have you ever tried to teach PE to 37th graders? Now that's intimidating. Korvax's mandibles stopped clicking entirely. Your students? I was a teacher before this job, middle school. Trust me, you haven't seen scary until you've faced a 12-year-old who didn't get picked for basketball. The training deck's emergency lighting cast strange shadows across Zillax's face as he pulled up Charlotte's personnel file. You're listed as Maintenance Technician, Level 3, Janitorial Services. Yep, great benefits, flexible hours, and way less stressful than teaching. Charlotte picked up her mop. Speaking of which, I really need to finish these floors before the next training session. Are we done here, or? The Academy's entire combat curriculum, Korvac said slowly, is based on my methodology, my 40 years of combat experience, my victories across 12 major conflicts. Cool, cool, Charlotte nodded supportively. But maybe add some dodgeball? Really helps with the reflexes. Vexia's scanner alarmed. Commander, I'm getting impossible readings. According to the biomechanical analysis, the human moved through 3 positions that should have resulted in catastrophic skeletal failure. Her joints sustained forces that should have... I do yoga, Charlotte interrupted. Flexibility is important. My instructor always said... Silence, Korvax roared, then immediately caught himself. Apologies. But I must understand. How did you move like that? Charlotte shrugged. Like what? You were coming at me all slow and obvious. It was like when my brother used to try to steal my lunch money. Same energy, honestly. Zilax closed his eyes, all 3 of them. Run a level 5 combat assessment, full spectrum analysis. I need to know exactly what we're dealing with. Sir, one of the security officers ventured. Are you sure? Level 5 assessments are reserved for... Do it! Charlotte raised her hand again. Will this take long? I've got book club at 6 and we're discussing the new mystery novel. No spoilers, but the butler definitely did it. Demonstrate again, Korvax ordered, his voice tight. But this time, I'll be prepared. Charlotte sighed, setting down her mop. Okay, but seriously, I've got stuff to do. Korvax raised the plasma rifle, assuming a different stance, his defensive. Formation, the one he'd used against the Krillian assassins. Perfect balance, overlapping fields of fire, impossible to breach. Charlotte walked forward, plucked the rifle from his hands while stepping around him, and handed it to Vexia. Here, can you hold this? Thanks. That's... Korvax spun. That's impossible. I had 4-point stabilization. You'd need to... Your weight was on your back legs, Charlotte explained patiently. And you were gripping too tight with your upper hands. Creates tension, slows reaction time. My old softball coach would have benched you for that stance. Zilax pulled up the security replay again, watched it 3 times. She moved through the gap between your second and third arms in 0.4 seconds. Our fastest cadets need 1.8 seconds. Our fastest instructors need 1.2. I really wasn't trying to be fast, Charlotte said. I was just going for the rifle. Trying to be fast? Vexia's medical scanner started alarming again. You're saying that wasn't your maximum speed? God, no. I was being careful. Didn't want to hurt anyone. Charlotte stretched. You guys seem pretty fragile, no offense. Korvax made a sound that the translator couldn't parse. I've survived 17 assassination attempts, 3 direct orbital bombardments, and single-handedly held the Arcturus station against... That's great, Charlotte said brightly. Very impressive. Now can I please finish mopping? The floor wax needs 20 minutes to set. Call in Masters Zora Hicks and Talana, Zilax ordered. I want 3 instructors simultaneously. 10 minutes later, 3 of the Academy's most decorated combat officers surrounded Charlotte. Korvax with his plasma rifle, Zora Hicks with dual energy blades, Talana with a graviton disruptor. This is ridiculous, Charlotte muttered. I'm literally supposed to be cleaning. Engage on my mark, Zilax commanded. 3, 2, 1, mark! 3 instructors attacked with decades of coordinated combat experience. Charlotte disarmed all 3 while explaining her weekend plans. So I told Sarah that the farmer's market opens at 8, which means we need to leave by... She ducked under Talana's disruptor, grabbed it from his hands, handed it to him backwards. 7:30 at the latest if we want the good tomatoes, but she insists we can sleep in. Sidestepped Zorasix's blade work, removed both weapons with a twisting motion that looked like she was opening a jar. Which just means we'll get there at 9 and everything good will be gone. Here, you drop these. She placed the blades on a nearby bench. And then she'll complain about the tomatoes being bruised, and I'll be like, I told you so. And honestly, Korvax's rifle left his hands again mid-strike. The whole thing could be avoided with better planning. You know? The three instructors stood motionless, weaponless, and completely baffled. Did she just... Talana began. While talking about produce, Zora Hicks finished. Charlotte checked her datapad. Oh, come on! I'm 20 minutes behind schedule now. Can we wrap this up? Zilax's comm badge chirped. Commander, this is High Command. We're receiving telemetry from your training deck. Please confirm. Did a human just neutralize 3 master instructors simultaneously without interrupting her conversation? Confirmed, Zilax said weakly. She's maintaining a discussion about vegetables? Tomatoes, specifically, sir. Mother of the Void. We need an emergency council. Now. Charlotte raised her hand again. So is that a yes or no on the mopping? The Galactic Combat Institute's representative arrived via priority transport. Master Instructor Durax, veteran of 30 years, author of Advanced Disarmament Theory, holder of 12 system-wide combat championships. He watched the security footage once, watched it again. Turned to Charlotte. Impossible, he declared. The human is using augmentation technology, illegal combat enhancements. I had coffee this morning, Charlotte offered. Does that count? Vexia stepped forward with her medical scanner results. Master Durax, I've run full-spectrum biological analysis. No augmentation, no enhancements, no cybernetics. She's baseline human. Baseline human, Durax repeated flatly. Moved faster than our sensors track, disarmed 3 masters, violated 6 laws of biomechanics, and she's baseline. Well, I do take vitamins, Charlotte added helpfully. Durax drew his own weapon, a ceremonial blade that had drawn first blood in 43 combat tournaments. Then demonstrate on me. I've studied every disarmament technique across 9 systems. Charlotte had the blade before he finished his sentence. Be prepared. Durax stared at his empty hands. How? You shifted your weight before moving. Total giveaway. Charlotte examined the blade. Ooh, this is pretty. Is this ceremonial? My brother-in-law collects swords. Can I take a picture? That blade, Durax's voice shook, has been in my family for 6 generations. So is that a yes or no on the photo? Zilax slumped in his command chair, watching Charlotte pose with Durax's ancestral blade while taking a selfie. Vexia, medical opinion, is this real? Commander, I've triple-checked the data. Vexia pulled up holographic charts. Human reaction time averages 0.25 seconds. Charlotte's demonstrating 0.08 seconds. Human grip strength averages 90 pounds. She's casually manipulating weapons designed for 800 pounds minimum. Human flexibility allows 180-degree joint rotation. She's demonstrating 270-degree movements. So she's exceptional for her species? That's what I thought. So I contacted Earth Central, requested human baseline metrics. Vexia's hands trembled slightly. Commander, Charlotte Brown scored average on all human physical assessments. She's not exceptional. She's normal. The command deck went silent. Define normal, Zilax whispered. Her PE teaching certification listed her as adequate for physical fitness. Her athletic records show she was middle of the pack in school sports. Her medical file lists her as healthy but not particularly athletic. She disarmed 4 master instructors, Korvax said quietly. And she's average for her species? Charlotte walked over, still holding Durax's blade. Hey, so I'm getting mixed signals here. Am I in trouble or not? Because if this is about the security system, I was going to mention, what about the security system? Zilax sat up straight. Oh, it's got like 47 exploitable weaknesses. I fixed 12 while we were talking. Thought I was being helpful. Charlotte smiled. Should I not have done that? Zilax pulled up the security diagnostics. These modifications are actually perfect. They solve problems our technicians have been working on for months. Cool. So can I go now? No. Zilax stood. Charlotte Brown, human, average human, I need you to explain something to me. Okay? How is it possible that our elite combat training, developed over centuries, tested in hundreds of conflicts, is apparently equivalent to your species' childhood games? Charlotte thought about it. Well, dodgeball is pretty intense, and tag. Oh, and we had this game called Red Rover that was basically just tackling each other, got banned after Tommy broke his arm. She paused. Wait, do you guys not play combat games as kids? We train for combat as adults, Korvac said, after years of physical conditioning and tactical education. Huh, Charlotte nodded. Yeah, that explains a lot. We just kinda figure it out on playgrounds. Then some of us get into sports, martial arts, that kind of thing. By the time we're adults, we've been doing physical confrontation stuff for like 20 years. 20 years, Dirac echoed, of combat training disguised as play. I mean, I wouldn't call it combat training, it's just fun. Charlotte checked her datapad again. Look, I really need to finish the maintenance schedule, or I'll be here until midnight. Can we maybe continue this tomorrow? No, Zilak said firmly. Charlotte Brown, as of this moment, you're promoted to Special Consultant, Academy Combat Division. Does it pay more than janitorial? Significantly. Do I still get to clean? If you want to. Then sure, sounds fun. Can I go now? Just one more thing, Vexia interjected. Show us what you look like when you're actually trying. Charlotte's smile faded. You sure? I don't want to break anything. The training dummy, Zilax pointed. Full combat model, military-grade construction. Show us your maximum effort. Charlotte shrugged. Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. She approached the dummy, moved. The dummy exploded into 17 pieces. I was being really gentle before, Charlotte said into the shocked silence. Like, really gentle. My nephew hits harder than that, and he's 7. Korvac sat down heavily on the training deck floor. We're teaching combat to warriors. Humans learn warfare from their children. Emergency session of the Galactic Defense Council will now commence. The holographic projection showed 9 species military leaders arranged in a semicircle. Subject: human combat capabilities and implications for existing military doctrine. Charlotte sat in the corner of the command center, eating a sandwich. I'm still not clear on why I need to be here. Because, the Krillian defense minister said heavily, in the past 3 hours, you've systematically dismantled every foundation of galactic combat theory. I just took some weapons away from people. Seemed like the thing to do when someone points them at you. Show them the obstacle course results, Zilax ordered. The holographic display shifted. Charlotte's run through the Academy's impossible course, designed to test absolute elite combat readiness, played for the Council. She navigated spike pits while discussing dinner recipes with Vexia, cleared graviton fields while explaining the plot of her mystery novel, disarmed automated turrets while checking her messages. Course record, 14 minutes, 32 seconds. Charlotte's time, 4 minutes, 11 seconds. She wasn't even breathing hard, the vegan representative whispered. I wanted to finish before lunch, Charlotte explained. The cafeteria runs out of the good salad if you're late. Charlotte Brown, the Zalothian admiral leaned forward. How many other humans can do what you do? All of them? It's pretty basic stuff. The combat instructors you disarmed have a combined 300 years of military experience. Okay, but have they ever had to break up a fight between teenagers? Because that's way harder. Kids are squirrely. Korvac stepped forward. I must formally apologize, Charlotte Brown. When I threatened you with the plasma rifle, I didn't realize... Dude, it's fine. Charlotte waved him off. I legit thought it was like a drill or roleplay thing. You guys do a lot of training scenarios, right? The weapon was armed. Was it? Huh. Charlotte took another bite of her sandwich. Didn't really check, honestly. Just saw you coming at me all aggressive and reacted. My older brother used to do the same thing when he wanted the TV remote. Your brother, Dirac said slowly. Prepared you for military combat? No, he prepared me for having an annoying brother. The combat thing is just like a side effect of being human. We're pretty scrappy. The council members exchanged looks that transcended species. How many humans are currently serving in galactic military forces? The Krillian minister asked Zilax. 14,312 across all branches, all of whom are potentially capable of Charlotte Brown's demonstrated abilities. According to Earth Central's assessment, she's statistically average for human physical capabilities. The council chamber fell silent. I move to restructure all combat training protocols to account for human baselines, the Vegan representative said finally. All in favor? Unanimous approval. I further move to establish new regulations regarding human personnel interaction, specifically Rule 1, never threaten a human with a weapon. They might laugh. Rule 2, the Xylothian admiral added, never assume human limitations. They don't have any that we can measure. Rule 3, Korvax said quietly, human casual is everyone else's impossible. Charlotte raised her hand. Can I add Rule 4? Better coffee. Seriously, the stuff you guys have tastes like engine coolant. How do you know what engine coolant tastes like? Vexia asked. Oh, I fixed the engines last Tuesday when maintenance was backed up, accidentally got some in my mouth. Not great, but honestly, not that different from the coffee. You fixed the engines? Zilax's 3 eyes widened. Our quantum fusion engines? They were making a weird noise. I'm very sensitive to mechanical issues, super annoying when you're trying to clean. Charlotte finished her sandwich. Anyway, are we done? Book club starts in 45 minutes, and I need to change. Just to be clear, the Krillian minister said, you disarmed our finest warriors, rewrote our combat doctrine, debugged our security system, repaired our engines, and your primary concern is making your book club on time? Well, yeah, we're discussing the ending this week. Can't miss that. 3 weeks later, Charlotte stood in front of a classroom of alien military instructors, datapad in hand. Okay, so Lesson 1 of Human Combat Methodology is understanding that we don't really think of it as combat. She pulled up a hologram of a playground. This is where humans learn physical confrontation. Korvax, now assigned as her assistant instructor, raised one hand. That appears to be a recreational facility for juveniles. Exactly. See, humans start learning combat dynamics around age 5. We just call it playing. Playing, Dirac repeated, taking notes frantically. Right, so this game here, Tag, teaches pursuit and evasion tactics. This one, Dodgeball, teaches threat assessment and projectile avoidance. This one, Red Rover, teaches direct confrontation and line breaking. Charlotte grinned. By age 12, most humans have logged thousands of hours in simulated combat scenarios. We just think it's fun. Vexia raised her scanner. So human children are essentially running combat drills disguised as entertainment? I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds intense. We just call it recess. The new Academy protocols had been implemented galaxy-wide. Human interaction guidelines distributed to every military installation. Protocol 1. Do not threaten humans with weapons. Results unpredictable. Protocol 2. Human average exceeds galactic exceptional in most physical metrics. Protocol 3. Humans consider many lethal situations normal or Tuesday. Protocol 4. Human. Problem-solving often involves methods that violate standard operating procedures but are typically more effective. Protocol 5. Coffee quality is apparently important. Budget accordingly. Now, Charlotte continued her lecture, the key thing to understand is that humans don't really have an off switch for threat assessment. We're always kind of scanning for danger because, well, Earth was pretty dangerous for a long time. Define pretty dangerous, Zora Hicks asked. Oh, Predators, weather, poisonous plants, other humans. Standard stuff. Charlotte pulled up an image of a bear. This is one of the things human children learn to avoid. That creature, Korvax said slowly, is 3 times human mass and appears to have significant natural weaponry. Yep, that's why we teach kids what to do if they meet one. Usually, back away slowly and look big. You teach children to confront these creatures? Well, yeah, they live in the same place as we do. What else would we do? The instructors exchanged glances. Charlotte Brown, Zilax entered the classroom. We need you for a moment. Charlotte followed him to the command center, where a security alert flashed. What's up? 3 Krillian pirates attempted to board the station. Zilax pulled up footage. They encountered your friend from book club. The video showed Sarah Jackson, human, accountant, definitely not combat trained, casually disarming 3 armed pirates while carrying her purse and coffee. She looked annoyed. I told you guys I was late for work. Who tries to hijack a station at 8 a.m.? That's just rude. Sarah's voice echoed from the recording as she webbed up the pirates with their own restraints. Now I'm going to miss the morning briefing. Thanks a lot. Charlotte laughed. Yeah, Sarah's not a morning person. Pirates picked the wrong day. She's listed as civilian support staff, accounting department. So? Charlotte, she neutralized 3 armed combatants without spilling her coffee. Well, yeah, that coffee's expensive. She's not wasting it on pirates. Charlotte checked her datapad. Oh, hey, look at the time. I need to finish the 3rd floor maintenance before lunch. We still on for combat theory at 2? Yes, but great. Oh, and someone should probably explain to those pirates that hijacking a station full of humans was a bad call. We get cranky when our routine gets interrupted. Charlotte left the command center, mop in hand, humming cheerfully. Zilax turned to Korvax. She teaches combat theory at 1400 hours, then returns to janitorial duties at 1500. She insists cleaning is relaxing, Korvax said. Apparently, it helps her think. She rebuilt our entire military doctrine and finds cleaning relaxing. Commander, I've stopped trying to understand human logic. I just accept it now. Zilax's comm badge chirped. Charlotte's message appeared. BTW. Found 17 more security vulnerabilities. Fixed them, also the vending. Machine on deck 6 was broken. Fixed that too. You're welcome. Also, your engines were making that noise again. Probably should schedule maintenance. Just saying. She's monitoring our engines while teaching combat theory while doing maintenance work, Zilax said weakly. Another message. Oh, almost forgot. The tactical simulator needs recalibrating. Human reflexes are breaking the difficulty algorithms. Want me to fix it, or should I just keep beating the top scores? Current high score is mine, BDW. Beat it during lunch yesterday. She broke our tactical simulator, Korvax observed. A third message. Book club update. Butler didn't do it. Was the gardener all along. Mind Sakikon blown. See you at combat theory class. Zilax closed his eyes. All 3 of them. The most terrifying combat asset in galactic history is excited about mystery novels. And cleaning floors, Korvax added, and coffee quality. Should we be concerned that she's this capable and we didn't know? Korvax, after 3 weeks of observing human behavior, I've reached one conclusion. Sir, we're not protected by military might. We're protected by the fact that humans are easily satisfied with good coffee, clean floors, and punctual book clubs. Zilax pulled up Charlotte's personnel file. She could probably conquer this station single-handedly. Instead, she's teaching aliens about dodgeball and discussing mystery novels. Is that reassuring or terrifying? Both. Definitely both. Another message arrived. Pizza party Friday. I'm thinking Hawaiian. Don't to me about pineapple. Korvax looked at the message. What's don't at me? I don't know, and at this point I'm afraid to ask. Down in the maintenance bay, Charlotte finished mopping the floor, checked her work with satisfaction, and headed toward her next task, teaching galactic warriors how to play tag. Somewhere in the station, alarms briefly activated and then deactivated. Security logs showed Charlotte had identified and fixed a malfunction while walking past. She hadn't even slowed down. The new Galactic Defense motto appeared on screens throughout the Academy. Hope humans remain peaceful. We cannot afford otherwise. Charlotte saw it, laughed, and sent one final message to Zillax. You guys are so dramatic. Now stop worrying and help me set up for dodgeball practice. This is going to be educational.